Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana mana. Mana mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana 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 mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana.
Well, it's time now for another movie view with Alvin Chance. Movie Views.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
That's true. Well, we went to the movies again today, being it was a holiday for a lot of people, and we decided to go catch a movie I wanted to see for, well, ever since I saw the trailer on television, The Last Vermeer. And it's a movie that's really pretty good. It's about, it takes place after World War II in 1945, and they go after people that sold art, you know, to the Nazis and to Germany that were basically, you know, stolen art. And so they're after The Last Vermeer, which was a painting by, let me get his name right. His name was...
an artist.
The artist, his real name was Hans van Meegeren.
Right. And
he's a Dutch painter. And he goes back to the 1600s when he painted. And he painted a painting of Christ and the adulteress. And it's been a lost painting for a very long time. And so they're trying to find the last Vermeer, which is the actual painter is played. So it's really intriguing because one of the guys in the movie is actually a guy you worked with, Guy Pearce.
That's right. In a movie called Lawless, I got to tar and feather a bootlegger, and he is such a nice guy and a really underrated actor. I think he deserves awards. He's kind of like a Gary Oldman type.
Yeah, he looks like Gary Oldman to me a little bit.
And he's an international star. He works constantly overseas. And this film was shot overseas, in England and in the Netherlands.
And by a first-time director. The guy's name is Dan Frieken, directed the movie, his first attempt to direct the movie. But actually, the movie in real life takes place in the Netherlands, if you might remember. So that's why they shot it over there. And so throughout the whole movie, they finally find, the guy that's the forger, played by Guy Pearce, your friend.
Yeah, he's an art forger.
And so, but he's selling all this. He was been accused of selling all this art to the Nazis. But yet what he was doing, what they didn't know, he was forging all of this stuff.
Right.
And a lot of people did on the black market, sold to the Nazis, the stolen art. But he was actually forging. He's the world's greatest forger. He painted all of these Vermeer paintings, and he forged them. And so it's just really an intriguing movie. And so to set out the...
It's different, too. It's really like an art drama.
Right.
If you're into art like I am. And also, again, as Al mentioned, it takes place literally 3 weeks after the end of World War II. And so you see at the beginning, not to give anything away, you see public executions of Nazis.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Well, Vermeer, he was a successful liar. He was the world's, he forged all of these paintings. He was very good at it. And he made a lot of money.
Yes.
Selling this stuff as original art. And so...
and how about his look? Like, he looked like a cross between Albert Schweitzer
let
and
me show you his picture
Albert
of the movie.
Einstein. And the makeup on Guy Pearce is really cool. And he had, like, these upswept eyebrows like Larry Hagman used to have in the old Dallas show in the 80s and late 70s. Yeah, there you go. So look at the screen. And if you're listening to audio, please go to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, Nostalgic Podblast, if you want to see the images we're putting up on the screen.
Now, and this is Guy Pearce playing Vermeer.
Right.
So it's he's really, really good. And then the other lead in it, his name is Klaus Bang.
That's right. And who Klaus Bang is, that's the actor who plays, he's a Dutch soldier who's Jewish. And so, he, of course, has a very vested interest in bringing all the Nazis to justice, and he wants to get to the bottom of this thing. Now, I think the direction in this film is pretty good for a first-time director. I think he let the actors just give it their all and give it their own performance from the heart. He really seemed to let them be. Excuse my laptop there, folks. Didn't you think the director did a good job?
Well, I'm showing a scene here of a location shooting in the Netherlands where they shot the movie. Yes, I think. Hang on a second. I'm gonna.
And if you're looking for a lot of Nazi action, this ain't the kind of film for you. It's not. This is a drama. It's very well written, well acted, and it really does sort of suck you into the story.
Well, no, it sucks you in. It's not a real action movie.
No,
it's got some pretty good action scenes in it, but it's not an action movie. And so, but I think you have a trailer from it now.
Yeah, I do.
Hans
I'll play that in a
van
minute.
Meegeren, he lived. The Dutch painter. He lived between. He was born October 10th, 1889, a long time ago, and he died December 30th, 1947, in the Netherlands. And so he did a lot of fake paintings. I think you had a trailer you wanted to play.
Yeah, I got it right here. Let's listen to a little bit of the trailer for The Last Vermeer, brand new released November 20th, 2020 in America.
Everything in here was stolen, and they put me in charge of finding out who took it and who sold it to the Nazis. This was just found in Goering's hidden collection. It's a Vermeer.
I'm Captain Joseph Pillar of the Allied Provisional Government. During the war, what did you do?
Tried to survive, like everybody else.
Sold to Reichsmarschall Hermann Goering for more than 1.5 million guilders.
I need to know where this Vermeer came from.
Everyone likes Han. He's the life of the party.
What Germans attended his party?
I never said they did.
You went to one of his parties.
I went to a lot of parties, Joe. And you left.
Collaboration with the enemy is a capital offense. They're shooting people in the streets. This is your chance at redemption.
And yet I am sensing that perhaps it is you who needs redemption.
Ministry of Justice, I've heard you snagged a big fish. We'll take it from here.
Come on! This way!
This guy is an honorary Nazi, so let him swing with the rest of them.
I am an artist, not a Nazi spy.
Did he offer you some money? How much does it cost to buy Joe Pillar?
Why do you care so much about this man? It's not the man, really. It's the fact that he's innocent.
That's The Last Vermeer. Kind of a visual trailer, but you get the idea from the audio of what's going on in the movie.
And if you want to see really an intriguing movie and well acted, I think, and go check it out. It like I said, it's really. We need to support our movie theaters, and it's actually a good movie. And
that's right. And we went, look, here's my popcorn as proof, folks. We just went, there's our popcorn. Yeah, and what theater did we go to?
We went to the AMC Snellville 12.
Right here in Georgia, in the United States of America.
Which is close to me. And the theater's been there a long time. It used to be a Carmike cinema.
Right.
And so a lot of people, it doesn't have the reclining seats. It's got comfortable seats in it, but they don't recline or anything. But it's a nice theater. And what I like about it, they have great sound.
Oh yeah, Sony. They have the Atmos. I'm sorry, it's Dolby Atmos system.
Dolby, and it's a nice theater. It's a good place to go watch a movie. And I was really kind of sad there wasn't a whole lot of people there.
Oh, it was dead. And this is a holiday weekend as we record this live. This is Thanksgiving weekend, Friday. Kids are out of school.
Go to the movies. You're safer in a movie theater than you are in a grocery store.
Yes,
or Walmart.
And weren't they clean when we pulled up? They were cleaning the doors. It's totally sterile. Yeah. And they make you wear a mask.
You wear a mask when you go in. And of course, you take it off when you have to eat popcorn. But
they prefer you leave it on, though, throughout the whole show.
Well, the manager there, she was cleaning the soda machine, where you go get your drink on
in the
your
freestyle Coca-Cola machine.
She was cleaning everything after somebody went over there. And it was just... it's a very safe place to go and enjoy yourself.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be scared. Don't listen to the.
There's no one in there anyway. It's not like it's packed where some big obese guy's coughing and sneezing on you. But it ain't like that.
But they have like in this theater, they have every other row roped off.
Right.
For social distancing.
Not just seats in between. They have a whole friggin' row blocked
every other
off.
Row every other row off. So and then Chance and I, we didn't sit next to one another. We sat a seat apart.
Correct.
But you can still carry on a conversation quite well.
That's right. And one of the cool things about this movie when it first began, I love seeing the TriStar logo. Film geeks will know what I'm talking about. The big Pegasus. Well, it's a division of Sony Entertainment.
Bought Columbia Pictures, and Columbia owned TriStar.
The girl with the Statue of Liberty back in the day.
Right.
TriStar, from going back to Three Stooges.
And TriStar has the horse.
Yeah.
So
Pegasus.
Pegasus horse. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, it's a flying horse.
Right. Well, it's like I said, go to the movies, and it's just it's a great way to spend 2 hours of your time. I've been a movie fan for a long time, and The Last Vermeer is really a good movie. It won't be in theaters much longer, probably.
No. And we talked to the manager, and the big releases like Wonder Woman 84, she told us that's going to be released Christmas Day 2020, but it's only going to be in theaters, according to her, for 30 days. And it will stream at the same time and then go back to streaming.
But then they're going to cut the stream off. I think it's going to stream for a short period of time and then only in theaters. But if it does well in the theaters, I think they'll keep it longer.
That's right, Al Hardy.
I just do believe that.
That's right, Al. And I just want a few production notes for film people like me. I'm Chance Bartels. I've worked on some movies in the past, and I just love details like this. It started filming in April 2018
show some more pictures.
At Fort Widley in Portsmouth, England. And then it went on to film in the Netherlands. So I love international films. And Guy Pearce, as I mentioned earlier, is really an international actor. He's constantly working on films you may not have heard of in the States. But he's a great guy. He's from Australia. He was born in England, raised in Australia. Let's play a clip of him talking about the story.
All right, and I'll do that. But look, if you look on the screen now, I have a picture of the actual painting.
Oh, you do?
The Last
Look at
Vermeer.
Yeah.
That's a picture of the actual Last Vermeer, Christ and the Adulteress.
That's the name of the painting, Christ and the Adulteress.
Right. And
I was surprised. I mean, I was very aware.
I'm sorry, Guy.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Here, now, I want to thank, before we begin this, I want to thank Cinemark, who owns Regal Cinemas, for this clip of Guy Pearce talking about the movie. And they're, unfortunately, a competitor of AMC. But, hey, Regal's shut down in America right now, so... Oh, well, here we go.
I was surprised. I mean, I was very aware that, artworks had been acquired by Nazis and various leaders, throughout World War II and other wars, when areas were taken over and occupied, things were pilfered and stolen left, right and centre. But I didn't know this story.
I was astounded that I'd never heard this story before, because I'm sort of a freak about history and art. So to read this thing and to find out that there was this guy who'd done all this, who'd done this, pulled that thing off, I was astounded when I...
Yeah, and that was the actor Klaus Bang, who's he played the Dutch soldier Captain Joseph Pillar, who you mentioned, Al, at the beginning of this review, who's Jewish. So he has a vested interest in getting to the bottom of this forgery. And did this man really sell original art to the Nazis, or were they just fakes? And that's what you find out in this movie. And Ridley Scott is one of the executive producers of The Last Vermeer.
And he has a brother, Tony Scott.
Yes. You are off mic a little bit there,
Yeah,
buddy.
okay. But I think I had to change the picture. But I think Tony Scott is. I think he passed away. But Ridley Scott was the producer of this film, and Ridley Scott he directed a lot of movies. He directed one of my movies I liked back in the '90s called 1492, about the discovery of America. I thought that was pretty good.
And there was kind of a nod to a scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark in this movie that you pointed out while we were in the movie. There's an actor, August Diehl, Diehl, who plays...
Because he had the hat.
Alex de Klerk's, right. He doesn't play a Nazi.
No,
he plays someone with the government who's trying to get to the artist and arrest him and put him on trial.
The guy from Raiders, he has that look. He just looks like that, with the hat that he has.
He looks like the guy that you're talking about in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
The character's name was T.O.H.T. Toht. He was the guy that grabbed the burning hot medallion and went, ah!
And then his eyes burn.
And at the end of the movie, his head explodes like the other bad guys, and he's the one that goes, Hail Hitler! And he has like the imprint, a scar of the medallion. Anyway, there was a tribute to him, I thought, with his look and the hat.
It was.
And then also he blows cigarette. Someone blows cigarette smoke in his face. It was a takeoff on that scene with Karen Allen, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Well, people steal stuff all the time.
It's a tribute, sir.
It's a tribute. It's just like Woody Allen said. That
it's inspiration.
He stole from the best. In movie making, and they all do. I mean, but it makes good movies. If it's good, I think it's flattering. I think it's great that you steal the stuff.
And for me, the best part of the movie, the highlight, is Guy Pearce's performance. And yes, I have a personal reason for saying that because I've met him and worked with him briefly, and he's a very nice, talented guy.
He really owns the movie.
He does,
and he got top billing on the end credits.
That's right. He's the main star. And, I'm just looking at some of his credits, and he really hasn't won that much. I mean, I remember he was a villain in a Marvel movie, Iron Man 3, that we saw some years ago, which is, I guess, fluff. But I thought it was an entertaining movie. I like that he's part of the Marvel universe in a way. But, Guy, he did win an Emmy for Mildred Pearce. And that's about it. He's had a lot of nominations, Golden Globes, but he needs to have the Academy.
Mildred Pearce.
It's a show, television.
Oh, not the movie Mildred Pearce.
Mildred Pearce. He won an Emmy Award for that, for his performance.
Mildred Pearce was a movie made in the 40s with...
No, it was a remake.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And Imperative Entertainment is the production company behind The Last Vermeer. And I think it's worth a look.
Oh, yeah. I really liked it. It's just, I was intrigued by it, and I liked the way it looked. I liked the way it was photographed. There was a lot of scenes where it was just like lights maybe from a lamp or just something, through the window or something. I just liked the look of the movie. It looked really, really good. I mean, it was just well done.
And it was the first movie we learned that was shot with a 4K camera.
Right.
A special digital 4K camera. Now, we're film buffs.
I'm film buff.
We're film collectors as well as 4K Blu-ray. But, I mean, he's got a 35mm projector. I have 16mm. We have huge film collections. So we love film and miss film. But I tell you, it
looks great.
Just like 1917 looked great.
Yeah.
For a period piece.
I watched that again on Showtime last night. But, yeah, it's, it's just a good movie. It's got a great look. It's got a great story. It's got terrific acting. So check it out.
And a little bit of humor.
It does.
It's not terribly dark, okay?
One of my favorite lines in it is from the guy that looks like the Nazi from Raiders of the Lost Ark. He says, well, he's a bona fide Nazi. Let him swing with the rest of them.
Right. Yeah, you laughed out loud at that one.
I love that line. Let him swing with the rest of them.
Yep. So check it out, The Last Vermeer. And are there any other parting thoughts, Al, about the movie? Anything else you want to add?
With the parting shot, just like I said, go to the movies. Go to the movies and enjoy yourself. Like they always say, get more out of life and go to a movie.
Wear your mask. Here's my mask.
Well, actually, they had a little thing right after the trailers about wearing your mask. You remember? They showed it on the screen.
Yeah.
Before the AMC logo. And
that's right.
It came up and said about wearing a mask. But, the employees here were wearing masks, and it was just cool.
They don't want to be sued, and they don't want you to get sick.
Oh, we have to mention, too, that our popcorn was actually free.
Oh, God. Nobody cared.
It was free.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because it was our birthday this month, November 2020.
Chance had a birthday on the 21st, and I have one on the 29th. And AMC rewards you with free popcorn on your and
it's a free large,
and it's a refill. You get a refill.
I'm so miserly. I got a refill because you get a free refill with a large at AMC theaters. They brought that back because they got rid of it because of COVID, but they brought it back.
Did you eat the whole bag at the theater?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I ate the whole bag, and then I got a refill to go for later.
Well, I ate half of mine, and then he gave me another bag too.
Now, guys, we're clearly not movie critics by trade.
No,
we're just movie fans. That's the unique perspective of
critics.
Movie Views.
We just like movies. It's our views on movies, and I'm not a. There's a guy that. Who does it? They go by Roger Ebert. They review movies. I don't like that.
I don't like. You mean there are new reviews, and this guy is using Roger Ebert's name?
I guess the family allows it. I don't know.
That's silly. Don't you think that's kind of lame?
I used to watch.
Why would you? They're just riding on the coattails of a dead movie critic.
Yeah, he was
that had great. Has great name recognition.
He was a good movie critic, and I liked another critic. She's been long gone. Pauline Kael. She wrote for I think the New Yorker magazine. But she reviewed movies. I'm hearing music.
And locally, we like Eleanor Ringel and I miss Gene Siskel and
Roger Ebert.
Siskel and Ebert when they had the television show. Yeah, that's weird. That's not from my end. That music. I don't know where that music's coming from.
No.
Did you figure it out?
It's me.
That's okay. That's cool, Daddy-O.
Yeah. Well,
so what are we going to see next? What movie are we going to see next?
I'll have to wait and see.
All right. Well, we'll be back next time. And check out our show, The Nostalgic Podblast, on Saturdays and Sundays, 2 to 5 p.m., fistfulofradio.com. And then also we're on our Facebook and YouTube channel, Nostalgic Podblast. We may do a show tomorrow about videotape. I'm trying to work on Al. He has a procedure, a medical procedure, which I won't get into details on Sunday. Normally we're on at 3:30 for about 90 minutes, Eastern Atlanta, Eastern Standard Time, in Nostalgic Podblast in our Facebook page.
Right.
And then it airs a week later on fistfulofradio.com.
And in the meantime, get more out of life and go to a movie.
Bye, everybody.
See you next time.
Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana.